Our Builder Partnerships webinar series. We're so excited you could join us here today. Today, we have a special presentation with Legrand, Chris Sherman. He will be talking to us today about charging into the future with Legrand. Great information today. We're talking about EV and outlets. So looking forward to hearing more. Chris, will you tell us a little bit about yourself and go ahead and share your presentation?
Absolutely. Thank you, Emma. I appreciate Builder Partnerships putting this on, and I appreciate everybody being able to get on the call today. I want to start with a little introduction of myself. I've been with Legrand for 4 years now, and I've been working with builders for pretty much my entire career. I started in the consumer electronics industry, and a little known fact, I have a degree from Columbia College in Chicago, and am a certified sound engineer in audio arts and acoustics. So that's cool. But along with that, I have 4 kids. I live here in the McKinney area in Dallas, near Dallas, Texas, and enjoy traveling with my kids and my family, and also have a lot of interest in cooking and smoking meat. So if you live in Texas, you'll know what that's all about. So we're going to start here with charging into the future with Legrand. We're going to get started here. So let's go through the agenda quickly. So today we're going to talk about EV charging, USB charging, and I'm going to just give you a quick refresher on our residential collections, and then we'll talk about the team that makes up our builder team here at Legrand. So you'll be able to know who you can connect with to get more details after the meeting. So here we go. So I just want to welcome you into Charging into the Future. We're going to explore the exciting world of solutions designed to be faster and designed to be better for the residential home. The average American has about 1.2 mobile phones right now. I don't know if you can believe that. It's pretty amazing to me. And in the home, there's an average of 22 connected devices. That's a lot of devices to power, charge, and control. And with all this power and charging going into the homes, the rise of EV charging is not slowing down. In addition to tablets, phones, and other devices, more and more homeowners are charging their cars at home now too. Now, the number of EVs in the US is projected to hit 27 million by 2030 and 92 million by 2040. So the time is now to charge into the future. So let's talk a little bit about EV charging. As I mentioned, one of the fastest growing market opportunities in America is EV charging. This is driven by the overall macro trend of that's a hard word to say, electrification and the adoption of electric vehicles. Based on different statistical models, we see upwards of 30% of the vehicles on the road in the US alone by 2030 will be battery or hybrid electric vehicles. Ultimately, each and every one of these vehicles will need to be charged. In order to close that gap, it is determined that approximately 24 million private chargers will be needed in the next 7 years. And studies indicate that over 80% of these chargers are going to be located in the home. That's both in multifamily and single family homes. So here, we're going to talk a little bit about the difference between all the charging devices you're seeing in your towns and communities. It can boil down to really 2 distinctions. The first one is the need for speed, and second one is the connection. And so when I say connection, often we think of connection being a physical piece, but this connection is actually Wi-Fi or network. So being able to connect to the World Wide Web and being able to use an app. So some chargers are called network chargers. They have that ability. They can connect to the internet and they have the ability to interface with an app. Other chargers are called non-networked, and that's could be self-explanatory, but ultimately it means they do not connect to the internet. Along with that distinction, the need for speed is really the biggest difference that you're going to see out there in the marketplace. So let's talk about it. Level 1 chargers are typically the chargers that you're given when you buy the vehicle. So if you buy an electric vehicle today, they're going to give you a charger with the car. It's going to be a 120 volt charger, so it'll plug right into your standard outlet. And it's going to average about 3 to 5 miles per hour of charging. So what that means in the long run is if you're looking to charge your vehicle fast, this is going to be the slowest option. It's going to take you about 30 to 40 hours to get from a 10% charge to an 80% charge. Next up is the level 2 charger. And this is a 240 volt outlet. So it's a much bigger pipe of energy to your car. The advantage there is you're going to get a 12 to 80 mile range per hour of charging, and it's going to take a lot less time to charge the vehicle. On average, between 2.5 and 4.5 hours to get you from 10% to 80%. And the final charger is the fastest charger. And you may see these in your communities. These are typically the Tesla chargers that you can see at gas stations and garages across your community. And these are DC fast charger. The big difference with this product is it's going to need an infrastructure upgrade. You're going to need a better transformer, a bigger transformer to be able to handle the level of power that's needed for this charger. So you're talking tens of thousands of dollars to upgrade that infrastructure alone. But the advantage is you're going to get 75 to 120 miles per minute of charging. And your vehicle is going to go from 10 to 80% in about 35 to 40 minutes on average. Now, what you need to know about this charger is some of the vehicles are not able to be charged this fast. Now the Teslas for sure are, and that's why you see these Tesla chargers out and about. But ultimately, it's going to be interdependent on the vehicle. So now we're going to do a quick video from one of our customers.
Safe Field Operations Manager for SLC Homes. SLC Homes is an arm of Southern Legrand Company, which has been around since the 80s. But as far as home building goes, we're currently building in Tennessee, Colorado, and Texas markets. We build a high-end product anywhere between $500 and $1.5 million. Between the 3 states, we're building anywhere between 200 to 250 homes a year. We started introducing power for EV specifically to our homes when the municipality started requiring these cells. We bring a 240 volt 50 amp circuit to the garage location, and we're offering the Legrand EV charging station as an option to our buyers. It's something that they can choose as a contract, no matter what time they're in their contracts. It's kind of a plug and play thing. It's not even a structural option. And it allows them to roll the price of that into their mortgage, say, an interest rate. It is the only EV charging station that we do offer. The brands that we offer them. We chose Legrand specifically for our EV charging because of the relationships that we have, the product, the premium product, the representation that we dealt with is top notch, and our personal opinion, Legrand is the most premium product out there.
Well, thanks for the endorsement, Ben. We really appreciate that. So let's talk a little bit more about how you can prepare your homes for EV charging. So there's a couple of different, states of preparedness for EV charging, and we're going to talk through those right now. The first one is EV capable, and this in essence has a dedicated 60 amp circuit in your electrical panel. And it's the wiring used is a 4 or 6 gauge wiring, which is probably the most common, and it'll go to usually a location in the garage, and then what'll happen is the wiring will actually just be dead-ended with a double gang wall plate over the top of it. And some may ask, well, why would the electric electrician choose to do it this way. And from our perspective as a manufacturer, the installation allows for a connection to a hardwired charger. And we're going to explore that a little bit more in the next slide. But suffice to say, the hardware charger pulls more amperage from the panel and in turn increases the speed of charging. So that is why they would do that. As a builder, if you're offering an EV charger as an option, this is really the preferred installation as long as it's going to pass codes in your municipality. The next category of readiness is EV ready. All right, and the difference here is you have a dedicated wall plate and a plug available at close for the homeowner who is bringing their plug-in EV charger from their prior residence, or you as the builder want to provide future upgradability for the home. So you may have a client or a home buyer that is not interested in doing EV charging right now, but you want to have that upgradability for them in the future. And that's the reason why you would install this. This makes it real easy for the homeowner to add a charger at a later date. And then finally, EV installed. The builder has really included in this scenario, the builder has included the EV charger at close, and it's hardwired to the panel and is considered a part of the home, much like you would consider a light fixture part of the home. So when we refer to EV ready installation, this requires the installation of a 220 volt outlet. What you may know today as a range or a dryer plug is typically what we use. Here we're showing you a few of the selections that are available both for indoor and outdoor applications for this plug. And so we have the capability of doing it, whether you're doing it in a garage or in a carport, we give you both options available here. And then finally, I talked a little bit about the chargers that are available. So this is our probably the most obvious way to meet EV readiness. It's an EV installed charger, and this charger is permanently installed. If you look on this picture on the left, you'll see there's some wires coming out of the bottom of the charger on the left, and those wires are what essentially plug right into the panel and connect directly up to your electrical panel. Okay, so we typically recommend these in the case that builders install when they install a level 2 charger to meet requirements for essentially the best charge possible from a level 2 charger. Now we understand that in many cases builders may sell this as an upgrade and not offer it as a standard feature, but the Legrand EV charger is really attractive when it comes to an upgrade that the homeowner can roll right into the mortgage. And some of our unique selling propositions for this piece is that it's a real compact design. As you can see there, it's a small box. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your garage. And in addition to that, it comes with an 18-foot cable and a holder for the cable when not in use. And then along with that, as you can see here, we also have some lights on the front of the unit. Those lights are indicators and tell you what's going on with the vehicle. And there's a little code bar on the side of the unit that explains what the different colored lights are. There's blue, green, and red, and ultimately give you indication of what's going on with the charger. Again, this is a non-networked EV charger, so it's not necessary for you to have the internet or Wi-Fi in your garage to be able to activate this charger. And the reason we do that, and the reason why we came to market with this product right away, is primarily because all the newer vehicles that you purchase that are EV ready or EV cars or hybrid cars have a way to manage charging right on with an app provided from the manufacturer. So the likes of Tesla and Ford and Volkswagen, any of those vehicle manufacturers are going to have that app that comes with the vehicle, and it'll allow you to manage the charging right from there. So we thought that it was a good idea to start this way. I'll give you a little hint. We have a few products coming out in Q1 of this year, and hopefully by the end of the year we will release a networked residential charger as well. So you'll see that coming out later on this year. But what we have in the near term right here is we have the pedestal mount for the non-network chargers. So this is great if you're doing like a carport, or if you have in some cases you may have townhomes that you're building and you have parking, which is public parking. You want to provide something. This is a great solution for that. And then secondly, we'll have a wall mount cable retractor that'll hit in Q1. And that just makes it for a cleaner installation, so you don't have to wind the cord every time you unplug the charger from the vehicle. So here we're laying out some of the incentives available. So obviously, EV there's a huge amount of resources and infrastructure that needs to be built out. And as such, the current administration has incentivized the electrification of our homes. So in essence, they are giving us tax credits and giving builders tax credits and rebates to install these products into your homes. And you can learn more about those here. There's a QR code. All you have to do is scan that QR code and you can find out more about that information. So let's move on to our next category, and that's USB charging. So as I said earlier, the average American has, getting a little back here. The average American has about 1.2 mobile phones in their home right now, and 22 of those products, 22 connected devices in their home. So the need for charging is greater than it's ever been inside the home. The world has really increasingly become more and more mobile and connected. And 80% of the global population right now is a mobile subscriber. So it's no surprise that network devices are set to reach 29 billion, which is more than 3 times the amount of people we have in the world today. That's amazing. Recent surveys indicate that smartphones have become an integral part of people's lives, with 79% of respondents stating that their devices make them more productive, and 60% of people reported feeling anxious when their cell phone battery is low or dead, emphasizing how important it is to stay connected at all times. And with the average person charging their phones twice a day, it's clear that the USB ports are no longer a luxury, but instead essential in every space where people spend their time. So let's talk a little bit about what's available today. So as you may or may not know, access to the right USB port matters. How many electronic devices do you still use from 1996? Well, most likely you don't use any. But the Type A USB port was introduced in 1996, still available today, and builders are still installing these products into homes today. But we are going to talk a little bit today about Type C and why you should introduce that into your homes. Type C came out in 2014, and consumer electronics on the market have really driven the shift to this smaller, more powerful type of USB port. And it's primarily because the Type A ports are inflexible. They're too thick to be designed for the likes of your laptops and devices. As they continue to get thinner and thinner, it's harder to fit that connection on there. Along with that, the Type C port does not require you to plug your cord into a specific direction, so you don't get stuck trying, not being able to plug it in right away. So that's a good thing. I think that's caused some anxiety for some people. The Type C ports can provide a faster charge for small and large electronics, and that is the key and the reason why we're going to that. And as you can see here, not only it being smaller, but it is indefinitely a lot faster, and that is where the European Union recently just said that they're mandating the shift to Type C ports to take effect this fall. California has recently become the first U.S. state to mandate the switch to Type C USB ports by 2026. So to stay ahead of these standards, you're going to want to update your homes with a Type C port to make it future proof. So let's talk a little bit about what we have and why you need it. So first off, let me get into this here. This explains why it matters. All right. And if you look here on this graph, it shows you that the power requirements for some of the mobile phones and things like that. And as you go up into the bigger iPhones and bigger iPads and computers, you're seeing that they require a lot more power. And one of those technologies that we have inside here is called power delivery. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I would like to mention, I have an iPad that I'm on today with you folks, and I have one of those USB A's and a USB C. And if I plug my iPad into the USB A, it will not even charge. So you don't want that disappointment for your home buyer. They just bought a brand new home, and you want to make sure you have the right stuff for them. So let's talk again. We're going fast, faster, fastest, and I guess that would be supremely fast coming in Q4. But we're talking today about the fast one. And so just to give you an idea, we have these 3 tiers right now. The fast is made up of 3.1 amp and below. The ultra fast is 6 amp, and our ultra fast plus power delivery is 30 watts. And we're trying to make these to for a couple of reasons. We want to make sure that we can be competitively priced in the marketplace. We want to give you as a specification maker a choice on what product will fit your budget. And we also want to make sure that we think about the future for the home owner, so that they can get offered something that will last for years to come. All right. So our fastest category, which is the ultra fast plus power delivery, is unique in that it has a couple of different things. Not only is it going to make sure that you get charged, and you get charged extremely quickly, but it also has an indicator status light. So when you plug your phone or your laptop or even your iPad into it, it's going to give you an amber indicator light, which will tell you that it's charging. And when it's up to 90% charged or 90% or more, that light will actually turn green. So from across the room, you'll be able to understand if your device is fully charged and ready to go. So that's a nice feature. It also has a safety feature in it. Both the power delivery chip that's installed into this outlet, as well as the one that's in your phone or mobile device, is gonna communicate together, and that's how it provides safety. It does not allow your device to overcharge. Overcharging can cause the outlet to ultimately destroy itself. And so this is again, not only the smartest and the fastest, but it's going to probably last the longest out of all of these devices. So let's talk a little bit about where you should be putting them. So, kitchen and bathrooms are probably a must. Master bedroom, living areas, home offices. Certainly, I couldn't live without having a USB charger in my home office. So I can tell you right now, those are the best places. And as you can see right here, a lot of builders are moving on to the outdoor areas as well. And outdoor kitchen and living, we can satisfy the need there as well with products that are weatherproof as well as GFCIs. As you may or may not know, Legrand invented the GFCI, and we were the first ones to market with the GFCI USB. So we can satisfy all the needs in all the different environments that you're in. So as we wrap up here, I just want to kind of walk through our residential collections once again. This is really a refresher for you, just to make sure you understand what we have to offer in way of electrical devices. So your switches and outlets can be an asset to the home, And we have a very design-friendly product in the Adorn collection. Adorn has over 40 different available wall plates coming in a variety of different colors and surfaces. We have inside that, we also work with Sherwin-Williams to make sure that we get the latest in paint colors. So we're matching and can really increase the look and the feel of the home. As we step down from there, we have the Radiant Collection, and the Radiant Collection is more of a Decora style switch. This is also available in up to 9 different colors. One of our most popular being black, especially for home theater rooms and things like that. It really allows the device to be hidden inside the landscape of and the environment that you're trying to produce for your homeowners. And then finally, we do also have our Trademaster product, which is our standard toggle switch and 8-ball outlets, as we like to call them. And you'll find that this product is great and very value conscious for you, and it will stand up the test of time like all of our products do. So let me finish by giving you just an idea of who your local rep is. I'm in the blue there. My name is Chris Sherman again. My phone and contact information is there. If you have any questions about our programs, you need help finding a distributor, anything at all, maybe you need some recommendations on some electricians, I can help you with that. And then my partners on the East and West Coast, Dave Glasscock's on the East Coast, and Ginger Wolf is on the West Coast. And then our boss, the Vice President of Builder Sales for Legrand, Bob Fowler, actually resides in Pennsylvania, but he covers the upper Midwest and can help you, anybody, if you're in that area as well. And I think that's all I have.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Chris. Great information, great knowledge that you're sharing with the builders so you understand exactly why they want to use certain products and how to incorporate them into the home. So I really appreciate you sharing that with us. I do have a question though. I know just recently you guys updated your rebates with builder partnerships. Would you be able to share a little bit about what the new rebate programs are?
Yeah, absolutely. So in line with what we just talked about today, at the end of last year, we put in place a couple of new rebates. We now have rebates for EV chargers, as well as the USB ports, or specialty devices, as we like to call those. And so there's additional monies that can be found there for you as a builder for specifying those products and getting them into your homes. And along with that, we tried to streamline the offering so that it's easier for you to take advantage of using our products. You don't have to, try and adhere to a bunch of different models. We're just really trying to make it as easy as possible for you. And Builder Partnerships does a great job with that.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. We've enjoyed our partnership with you over the years and certainly appreciate all the things that we've been able to accomplish together. So thank you so much for being a valuable member of Builder Partnerships, and we look forward to more years to come. With that, if you have any questions or you have anything else you want to ask about today's topics, feel free to reach out to Christopher. His contact information is listed right there on the screen, christopher.sherman@legrand.com. And it's Christopher with a K. And his phone number is 847-276-5705. So we look forward to hearing from you all if you have any questions. If you have any questions for Builder Partnerships, you can reach out to myself or your relationship manager at Builder Partnerships. Well, thank you again so much, Chris. It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed this process with you, and I look forward to doing more webinars with you in the future.
All right. Thanks again, Emma. Take care.
Thanks, Christopher.
Bye-bye.
Bye.